all major new price predictions for the market of tomorrow for Thursday. We're going to go over big silver plays. We're also silver about to reach all-time highs, by the way, so big new plays and also plays that we already have. We're going to go over gold as well, still rocketing up like crazy. We're going to go over the market, a little pull down today, but we kind of recovered like Nvidia, AMD's as well. AMD's breaking resistance. Seems like AMD wants to break all-time highs tomorrow and start rocketing back up. Tesla still a little slow. We're going to go over some of the semiconductors and technologies like ARM, Cloudflare, that's still kind of stalled. We'll go over some stocks like the CRWVs, SMCIs. We'll go over the airlines as well today. So UAL, AAL, DAL, bigger plays on those. We got to go over the banks. Some of the banks have been rocking, like Bank of America's, I think Goldman Sachs, no, it was Morgan Stanley. Yeah, Morgan Stanley's been rocking and earnings have been coming out. So a lot of stuff to cover. I'll try to keep it 20 minutes or under, and let's get into it. Let's go ahead and start off with the silver, man. Silver support 45.55. It already broke its shorter term resistance level right around $47. It's literally rocking it up. We bought more silver down here on this day on October 15th in the Discord. As you can see, look at all the silvers that we've been, see that last silver that we played? If I scroll up, we bought silvers right here yesterday. More silver calls, okay? So we sold already 15% gains, 32% gains. We bought some more silvers, 80% gains, more gains, 160%, 100% gains. And these are all different swings. We're rotating the money, rotating the money. You can see all the profits we've been taking out on silver. So we've been booming on silver. That's why I say make sure you guys join the team, because you get my swing buys and scout buys if you join the elite yearly or lifetime memberships. Make sure you join 𝐸𝐵𝐷. Prices are going up on Friday, okay? Don't say I haven't told you. So silver has an all-time high of 48.35. So we're either going to open up above that tomorrow, or we're going to open down below it, which could lead to that next bigger buy of silver. Just like we bought here when silver opened down and start pulling up, I might do the same thing here. If opened it down, I probably buy more silvers for it to go rocket above that 48.35 and even try to get up to the 50 mark. I think silver is not done running yet, no time soon. So that's what I'm kind of looking out for silver in the next bigger plays. Gold, bigger support is still 369.50. I really have not played gold. We have been swinging gold as well. Look at the gains of gold: 115% gains, 10% gains, 26% gains, 12% gains, 127%, 152%, 71% gains. So we've been playing gold. I just did not play gold this run right here, right? The last time I played gold, I bought calls here, then we sold them and we sold them. So I haven't played gold these last 2 days, but that next pull down, I am looking to play some more gold. So just watch out for that. That's really the only thing new. Gold is already at all-time highs, right? So, and that's the support. So those are two of the metals that I'm kind of looking at, gold and silver. And now let's go ahead and go over. Let's go ahead and go over to the semiconductors. Let's go to AMD. So AMD has a smaller resistance around 238.10. You can kind of tell it's respecting that resistance level today. A1 levels always. Touched here resistance, fell down. Touched here resistance, kind of slow. Yeah, I know the all-time high on AMD is, what is it? It's 240.10. So that's what we're looking out for AMD to rocket through tomorrow. Looking for calls on AMD tomorrow. Also, we want to update a newer support on AMD is right around 224.60. We'll be looking out for that on the AMD side. So pretty much looking for calls tomorrow on AMD to rocket up above all-time highs and maybe even get to the 250s. That's good for our long-term shares, and that'll be good for call options. Nvidia, pretty decent down day today. Kind of just touched support and bounced off of that 178.40, resistance level 188.10. That's pretty much it on Nvidia. I really don't see much on Nvidia in this range that it's kind of in. So we're going to give Nvidia some more time to kind of work its way out. SMCI, same thing, kind of a little smaller. We have support around 52.35. I have a smaller resistance on SMCI around 55.20, that if that breaks, I might do some calls on SMCI to reach above around the 56s or the 57s. Somewhere in here might be potential call options that I'll look out for tomorrow. But anything bigger wise, shares wise, it is not a bad area for shares also. I was thinking about that, because if I get shares here, say I would only lose about 3%, because if it broke support, I would just cut it. Or I'll be looking to get it to around the 60. That's about 11%. So almost a 4-to-1 risk to reward. Shares wise isn't bad. But calls wise, I'll probably wait till it breaks this bigger resistance around 57.80 on the SMC front. Okay. ARM support the same, 163.5, resistance level the same as well. Looking for ARM to break all-time highs. First target around 184. I'm gonna really put our target to around the 190s. I want ARM to kind of break up. The only bad thing about ARM is it's been kind of stalled, just kind of bouncing around in here since like 2024 in February. So almost 2 years, just kind of been bouncing around. Year and a half. no real movement out of arms. So I would just kind of be cautious of that. Even like Cloudflare, still kind of stuck. Same levels on Cloudflare. Nothing really has changed on that front. Let's look at CrowdStrike. It is testing that support. So I'm going to say support is broken. Your next support area is around 480.85. Then also your resistance level on Crowd is about 504.70. So nothing to do on Crowd in this range. If it breaks support, I'll look for puts. If it breaks resistance, I'll look for calls. So I'm kind of waiting for Crowd to break out of one of these areas to give us a little more of where price kind of wants to go, right? Puts or calls. I wouldn't play it before we get that kind of confirmation of direction that price wants to go. Let's go over Qualcomm. Qualcomm bounced off support right here, 161.25. That is still, actually, I'm going to put a new support on Qualcomm. 159.60 will be your new support, and new resistance is around 167. Qualcomm had a decent run, but it's kind of giving that back up. I would also wait for Qualcomm to break one of these areas before I try to look for swings. Let's go over Micron. I haven't updated Micron. New support area on Micron is right around 187.80. New resistance level on Micron that is kind of tapped to, it's been tapped, man, it's been hitting that quite a while. 192.90, right? Qualcomm is close to all-time highs. For me to try to see all-time highs, like it would have to break this resistance level. It would also have to break 198. So they had to break both of these. Then maybe I can look for calls for it to break above 200s and the 205s on Micron. But if it's kind of been bouncing off that support too. If you look at the 5-minute chart, hasn't really been breaking that support last couple of days. Bounced here, little bounces here, bounce here. So maybe it might still want to go up. I am still bullish in the market. Remember, I have not turned bearish yet. Just because we had one big day Friday doesn't turn me bearish. Still bullish in the market. Let's go over Intel. So Intel, new support on Intel will be right around 35.80. That's what we're kind of looking out to hold for this week. We have a resistance level around 37.70. I'm looking for Intel to actually break this and try to get up in that 40 range on the Intel front. So looking for Intel to kind of continue the strength that it's been having. Looking for possible swing calls. The only problem is it has earnings coming up next week on Thursday. So I'm hoping it can break above 40s before the earnings. We just want to kind of be mindful of that. The last couple of earnings, they have been dropping. These previous earnings are after the earnings, they have drops, right? So previous earnings, bigger drops, drop here. Even this earnings drop. Over here, you had a drop afterwards. Over here, you had a drop afterwards. Here, a little drop, drop. So we just got to be cautious of Intel. But for now, that's all I kind of see on Intel. SMCI, I already went over SMCI. Let's go over CRWV, kind of in that technology space. Support the same, 132.30. Resistance the same, 140, 160. Still waiting for it to break that resistance to see the 155s. So that's pretty same thing. Trade Desk Technology bounced off support, 49.40. Nothing going on with Trade Desk. Still got resistance in about the 54.20s. I still want that to break before I look for a bigger reversal. So Trade Desk, still kind of waiting on Trade Desk for now. Let's go over, man, what is that ticker symbol? What is it? I'm trying to think of the ticker symbol. I want to go over Datadog. Let's see. Let's type it together. Make sure you guys smash the like button, subscribe if you're new. Thank you guys for watching. There you go. Datadog. All right. Getting close to some bigger resistance areas. That's getting very enticing. So in the Discord, we'll probably start looking to play this one. We got resistance around 167.10. I'd watch out for that. And then your support we'd be looking out for is bigger down here. So as long as we stay above the support, I'm looking for some decent swings. 155.20 is support. They also have earnings coming on October 30th. So we want these moves to kind of happen before the earnings kind of comes out, right? We'll be looking for Datadog to go above the 170. So that's what I'm looking out for on Datadog right now. Break that resistance and try to get some strength above it, which will be pretty nice. So kind of adding that one in the technology space, a stock I usually don't go over. And then we were talking about Trade Desk. And then let's add Upstart as well. Upstart had a bigger pull down. They have earnings coming up. Also kind of stand. If you look at the monthly chart, let me zoom in. If you look at the monthly chart, it has been slowly inching up on the monthly chart, right? Going in that bullish trajectory ever since about July of 2024. We're on that bullish side. So we want to see if Upstart can kind of reach out of this area. I think there's potential reversal plays on it. I won't go heavy or anything like that, but 52.80, that's what I'm looking out for. And your next resistance is around 57.35. So potential reversal plays, one here and then an early one possibly here to get back in the mid 60s or so. That's something I'm looking out for on the Upstart front. We'll kind of watch out for that. Let's go over Tesla and some of the Mag 7s. Tesla, Same levels on Tesla, nothing really key that I see with Tesla. They do have earnings next week on Wednesday. So like I said, they might not move until earnings comes out. So we want to be cautious of that. But yeah, nothing really going on with the Tesla front right now. Apple as well. Apple hit a smaller target. There's really nothing else I would kind of do with Apple right now. I wouldn't get swing calls. I wouldn't get swing puts. There's really nothing. I'm waiting for Apple to move a little bit more for me. Meta kind of stalled. We still have support the same, 702.20, resistance 725.95. I need Meta to kind of break one of those to give me a little more direction. If we break here, I'm looking for calls. If we break here, I'm looking for puts, swings, and scalps. That would be like kind of what I'm looking out for. Amazon tested support as well, but it did not close below it, 214.80. And then resistance level around 218.90. If you break resistance, I'm looking for Amazon to go up to like the 222s. That's potential shorter term calls. But if we break that support, then I think Amazon might actually continue this little downside that it's been having and actually get down to like the low twos. So that might be possible. We'll kind of watch out for that on Amazon. Let's go to Microsoft. Support the same, 507.55, resistance level the same. So nothing crazy going on Microsoft. Microsoft was one of the scalps we did today. So I did, as y'all know, I scalp every morning. You could just tell 9%. Yesterday on Nvidia, I lost 2 on Monday, and then I won 3. Well, no, 1, 2 plays, lost 1 on Friday. And then Thursday, I won 2 plays. Wednesday, 1 play. Tuesday, 1, 2 plays. Monday, 1, 2 plays. Friday, 1 play. And on. And you just see winning, right? Have a very high win rate. You get to see all that. Make sure you guys join the team ASAP, before prices go up. It is crucial, okay? Build the freedom, man. Build the independence, man. Find the plays on your own, man. So yeah, that's what I'm looking at Microsoft. We did scalp it. Oh, why I brought this up. I lost 50% on Microsoft. Didn't care. Follow the strategy. You take losses sometimes, even the good ones, right? Then got back Microsoft 12%. Then we did AMD 8%. And then we did Google 21%. So that loss really didn't matter after you did the 3 wins, right? Green for the day, green for the week. And we're doing very good this week. So that's why I'm looking at for Microsoft. Just kind of like shorter term plays. I'm not really looking for anything as a bigger swing right now. And then let's go over Netflix. Netflix have a big pull down. Still kind of big areas. Actually, Netflix has a new resistance now, right around 1,223, 1,224. New resistance area on Netflix. They have earnings coming up next week on Tuesday, so just be mindful of that. They have been pretty stalled since about July. No real direction or anything like that. If we can have a bigger drop, like if Netflix can get that back down to like the 900s or so, I think that would be a big buy area. A lot of these stocks, if they start dropping, hopefully we start turning bearish soon. We start getting big drops. It's going to be some big buy heavy times, man. And I can't wait. So start building those cash positions. So that's what I'm looking out for Netflix, some of the semis. Let's go over the health. Hems broke resistance, hit the targets. Everything did good on the Hems, man. So let's go over new resistance on Hems. I would say is about 62.30. New support about 56.40. These are kind of areas we're looking at for Hems. We want to see if Hems can break back above the 70s. I think Hems can try to. I would like for it to go back to all-time highs. So I am looking at a possible play on Hems somewhere in this range. I just want a little slowdown, and we're kind of already getting that right now. So if Hems can come back down around below 60s or so, I think that might be a potential buy for shares on Hems. Nice big push on it. But yeah, Hems is looking pretty good. We just want to see how tomorrow moves to really know if it's ready to just rock it or is it going to slow down a little bit. Eli Lilly, little soft movements. New support on Eli Lilly is right around 816.80, 817, resistance 853.53. I'm waiting for Eli Lilly to come back and break that resistance. Once it does, I think that'll be a big buy heavy call for me. UNH, same thing, resistance. I already have some UNHs. I'm actually looking for more. We have a resistance around 368.10, support 345.80. Looking for UNH to continue this strength on and continue up to get around the 380s, 390s until that next bigger resistance, 400s. But ultimately, I have longer term shares. I think I'm gonna start buying some more longer term shares on UNH as well. That should be coming soon. CVS is booming. We were looking at CVS this morning in the Discord. We found out our average of CVS is right around like $49-ish. We bought CVS all the way back here back in January, right? So our shares are literally up over 63%. I think CVS can even reach up into the 90s and the 100s. So we're still looking for CVS to continue. I think I will be doing a bigger reversal of call option once it breaks this resistance level. I haven't played calls on it. Not today, but I'm looking at that resistance around 82.40, which could be a potential, and then new support on it is around 78. So that's what I'm watching out for in CVS. Moving very good, very good, very good. I feel like people don't really think about CVS. Merck has literally been dropping. every single day since it had that 2 big push. New resistance 85.70. So nothing really going on with the Merc. Let's go over the airlines. So United Airlines has earnings today, but I don't think it's out yet. So we'll see how UAL does, if it opens up high or not. I want to see if it can break this resistance around 109.85. That's if it does good. If it does bad, it'll probably be down here. I don't think there'll be a play, but if it goes up, there might be a possible play on United Airlines. We'll kind of just wait. Delta having some strength. They already had their earnings. They beat on EPS and revenue. They had a little rise up, little drop, but they're starting to get some strength, so we want to start watching them. I don't see a play on them just yet. Even American Airlines, I still have my shares of American Airlines. I've kind of just held through, even through this little droppage here, kind of just holding through. They're going to have earnings next week, but so far, the airlines earnings have been pretty good. I think American Airlines is the one that has the most actual like airplanes in its fleet also. But support around 1205, bigger resistance. I'm going to leave it around 1330. Looking for actually some calls. But for now, I'm going to just hold the shares. And then, what was the airline that moved? What was it? Okay, yeah, those are airlines I'm watching out for. Cruise lines are pretty slow. CCLs, Norwegian Cruise Lines, they're kind of slow. Nothing big on those. The banks. So JPM came out with their earnings. They beat on both metrics. Little push. Nothing really crazy. Same levels that I'm looking out for JPM just yet. Bank of America had a big rip. They beat on metrics. Seems like a lot of stocks are beating. Well, the bigger names. And then you have a resistance on Bank of America, 5240. We're looking for Bank of America to actually go to these areas. Looking for Bank of America to go above this 5253 if it continues that strength tomorrow. We'll see. That might be a possible scalp for me. And then the all-time high on Bank of America, we haven't broke since 2006. I'll be looking out for as well on Bank of America to swing that up into that range. So I think we might be breaking that too. Kind of like silver, we haven't broken since 2011. We've been playing a lot. I think Bank of America is going to start being a play as well. Morgan Stanley opened up pretty high, all-time highs. Their earnings, they beat as well. Like I've been saying, the banks have pretty much been beaten. Bigger support on Morgan Stanley, 154.60. And then Goldman Sachs came out their earnings. They beat as well, but they really didn't have any movement. So nothing new updated with Goldman Sachs, but that's kind of like the banks. And then stocks that I want to buy more heavy, of course, Nike. Still want to buy Nike heavy, just kind of moving slow. Longer term shares, Lululemon. I want to do a bigger play on Lululemon. We play some swings on Lulu. So we still have our shares. Our shares are actually down, but we swung Lulu 2 times. We got puts right here, and then we got calls somewhere in here, and that made us actually profitable on Lulu, so I can hold those shares pretty much forever. And then we have a resistance on Lulu around 178.35, but you also have this bigger support on Lulu around 162.60. So depending on which Lulu breaks might give us our next drawdown. If it continues dropping or if it breaks our resistance and has some strength, that would be decent. Watching Disney. Disney's still a little slow, but I am watching for potential plays. PayPal as well, watching it. Just kind of been slow. Still watching it. Also watching, what was it? I forgot what it was. What is Square's ticker symbol? I know they changed it. I can't remember. Oh, well, we'll do a next video once I remember. Other stocks, start looking at long term, because playing short term is cool, but where to put shares to build out. Pool, looking for buying heavy more Pool. STZ, looking for buy heavy more STZ. Also, start watching Visa and MasterCard. They're about to have earnings. I want to see if they can start reaching up back to all-time highs. Those will be crucial. Then Home Depot has some bigger drops. So Home Depot has a new resistance level right around 394.55. Watch out for that. Also a new support around 378. So we're watching these areas to see if Home Depot wants to go up. But I really want Home Depot to go back down to like the 340s. I think that'll be a bigger buy. Also Lowe's as well. I am watching Lowe's. I think a potential play on these in that retail side might be coming soon. So your resistance level on Lowe's 247, support 233.70. But watch out for those. Walmart actually hit all-time highs, broke resistance, literally rocketed. So nothing to do on Walmart right now. It literally just boomed up. Still retail side. Costco broke resistance. Seemed like Costco wants to get into movements too. New resistance 958.55. Support around 937.60. I think some calls on Costco for Costco to have a nice reversal like this is coming soon. So we want to watch that pretty close. And then Lyft, same levels, nothing really new on Lyft. Uber, same thing as well, nothing new on Uber. Oh, also NVO, pretty much same thing, but I am watching for a bigger play. Bonds, same thing, really hasn't broken resistance, just kind of tested it. Oh, also like the finance, like Citi. You want to watch Citi. Okay, this is the stock I don't talk about, but they have resistance around 102.90. They start to break that, they might go to all-time highs. They beat on their earnings as well. And then American Express. This is the one we actually have. I have long-term shares of American Express. They have earnings on Friday. Y'all know we bought American Express all the way down here in the 240s. Crazy. So they have a support right around 321.30, and then a resistance area, I'd probably say right around 341.70. They break that, looking for all-time highs. We'll keep it nice and smooth. We already talked about the goes. Bitcoin trying to break the shorter term, smaller resistance. We'll kind of see. Bitcoin's pretty slow though, so nothing major on Bitcoin. Hood is dropping, same levels. Coinbase having some droppage. Bigger support on Coinbase, I would say, is about 310.25. MSTR still dropping. Watch the bigger support, 277.20. IREN is finally dropping, broke, because y'all know it is at all-time highs, but it's having a red day. This might be a possible shares around the support, around $64. If I can get some shares around here, that might be nice for it to go back up to the 70s. That can be around a 20% gain, so IRN might be a possible share buy for me. We'll see. But yeah, thank you guys for watching the video. Smash the like button, subscribe if you're new. Make sure you guys join the team first in the description for prices to go up on Friday. And always remember, no conviction to buy or sell anything, just for educational purposes only. So do not trade anything you see or hear in the video. Catch you guys on the next one. Bye.